Hey everyone, King Size Customs here, driving a semi-truck. This is not mine, this is one I got from another company, and you'll see I struggle with it because I didn't know it was a 6-speed truck. If only I had read. But, bit of a shorter video. Looks like it's only about, well, actually no, long video, 47 minutes. So, I thought it was shorter because it felt shorter to me. It felt like we weren't going that long of a distance, but hey. You guys can see I'm wearing a flannel shirt with the sleeves rolled up. It's actually been getting warmer here, which means I'll be able to go outside and do more things. I'm testing out the horns here. I didn't know this was a 6-speed truck, so basically you'll see a lot of weird shifting in the truck stalls. Now the difference between what I usually drive in a 6-speed is I usually drive an 18-speed. Most of my trucks are all either 13 or 18 speed. With a 6-speed you need to go through all 6 gears to actually get this truck up to speed, and you'll see I really struggle with it here. Also too, I didn't really have a shift indicator. I didn't even know this truck had GPS. That's why I look at the screen and I'm like, wait a minute, what? And that's why I was wondering why this truck kept dying. Yeah. It's not because it's a Mack, it's just because it was a 6-speed and I didn't know that I needed to comb through all the gears. Pretty basic truck. This is actually the Mack R, which was used in the movie Convoy, for those of you who remember that movie. I'm sure quite a few of you who watch my channel know that I actually do like that movie, and I've got to watch it at least once a year. We used to do the introduction when I was picking up trailers with the Convoy, but due to YouTube and YouTube being so wonderful with copyright, those days have gone by. So the other thing is we stopped at a really weird way station in this video. I don't know why they do the way station like that. Sorry for the pause there, but I wanted you guys to actually hear this engine kick over. I believe there's a Detroit diesel in this truck, which really sounds really good. Now, you might ask, why do I not drive 6 speeds usually? The control of the load, how much energy you're getting in the truck, for me is really too. You don't have enough gears, you don't have a high enough power band. So, sorry, if you look in the camera, you'll see my brother's kind of dancing goofily. And it just makes me laugh watching this in post. I realize the camera quality is not that great. I probably will upgrade and update to a new webcam. That way I get a better angle so you guys can actually see my hands. Another thing is, I have it's not a GoPro, but it's kind of like a GoPro. It's an action camera, and I just found out that I could use it for recording. So that'll be cool. I might try that. The only thing is, again, the video quality is not that great. I'm starting to realize with video recorders, you do get what you pay for. And this is what I mean by the stalling out with the 6 speeds. You don't have a power band. So again, get what you pay for. I know I'm talking in weird what is it? Consciousness, like thoughts of consciousness. It's a writing style that doesn't make sense, and it's just you write what flows in your brain. But yeah, so again, I realize my webcam is not that great. You know, it'd be awesome if I could hook up my phone so that I could use it to record this. The only problem is the lens on my phone is not as big as the lens that is in this camera. I don't know, maybe I gotta stop being a cheapskate, save up a little bit, and buy a better webcam. But that's really that. I had an awesome day as I'm recording yesterday as of recording this, so 2 days ago would be Tuesday. This comes out Thursday. I'm recording on a Wednesday. I had ordered some stuff in the mail, something for another hobby of mine that I'm just getting into. I don't think I'll talk about it too much because it's kind of a controversial hobby. It's nothing bad, it's nothing dirty, it's nothing adult. It's just something that people kind of stay away from. You know, it's the equivalent. It's a little bit like Nerf guns, but I think you guys kind of can pick up from the hint. So that's not really on. That's never going to be on this channel because this is more of a child-friendly channel, and I understand people have different opinions about Nerf guns. Nothing as far as real guns, but Nerf guns, we'll say. You know, a lot of people think that it kind of encourages violence. It encourages other things. I don't think so, but then again, I'm still new into it. So, and then also I was able to order from the Redline shop without having any issue, which is awesome. Now I've got plans for what I'm going to do with that item from the Redline shop. I feel bad. Like, I'm not one of those people who's like, yay, I got this. I'm better than everyone because I got this. No, I'm glad that I got this product from the Redline shop this time. I just feel bad for the other people who I know who are serious collectors who would appreciate it for their collection. But again, I've got plans for this one. This is trying to get up the hill, and I thought it was bad in an 18 speed. 6 speed, it's not as bad, but you're still over revving a lot. And then again, I failed to realize that it was a 6 speed. So, but yeah, going back to my my day, you know, I got to see a friend. My other thing for my hobby got dropped off on my door by UPS. And here's a little rant about why I like the United States Postal Service versus FedEx, UPS, and I have no experience with DHL, but I assume they're the same. You know, UPS is a private company. They have private employees. It has its own benefits package and all that fun jazz. But the thing about the United States Postal Service is it's federally funded, so they don't really have stockholders, shareholders. They're not for profit. It's a government agency. And every time I've gone to the United States Postal Service, to the post office, I've got nothing but, you know, the best customer service you could ever ask for. The people are extremely nice. You know, a couple of times they've been like, hey, you know, you're using flat rate boxes when you could use these other boxes here and it will ship for less. You know, you don't have that heavy of a weight on there. And I'm like, oh, at the time I was like, I like these boxes. It's convenient. If it fits, it ships. You know, which was their saying. But they're like, okay, I mean, you're kind of wasting money, but it's all right. I mean, it's your choice, which I could understand. You know, they're a little bit of they're a little pushy like that, but really, I'd rather them be pushy like that than let them just waste my money. The other thing is, USPS, the United States Postal Service, every time that I've ever ordered something, and you guys have seen that I've ordered a lot, like all the stuff that came from Japan, came through the United States Postal Service, it all either got here before or on time. I mean, I even ordered something as a Christmas present that was supposed to be here December 24th, and it actually got here December 24th. So I had enough time to wrap up that Christmas present, and it was coming from Florida to Delaware, so again, not really a grand distance as far as things I've ordered, but still, Christmas time is probably the busiest time for the post office, and I still got what I needed in time. And that's why I love the post office. FedEx, you know, it was something coming from Pennsylvania. It was actually my Red Line Club membership car patch and button. It took them about 3 weeks to get it here from Pennsylvania. And then I ordered that thing on, I ordered the thing for my brother for Christmas on this, yeah, I don't like this. That guy really messed up there. But I ordered that thing for my brother on December 15th, and it got here, you know, not, again, in not that much long of time. About, like 9 days. I ordered, when the Hot Wheels Redline Club finally shipped, it took about 3 weeks for them to get it out of, for FedEx to get it out of Pittsburgh. I'm sorry, but Florida is further than Pittsburgh. And then, you know, UPS, the guys in brown, they're okay, but I ordered this product the 16th. It came, actually no, it's just waiting was the hardest part. So it came in a regular time. The only thing I don't like is the company that I ordered from said that the product was dispatched, and then it took 3 days for UPS to actually get it and say, oh yeah, we have your product, here's your tracking number. And the company gave me the tracking number, and then I go to put the tracking number in, and it says that it's not a valid tracking number. So what's going on, UPS? But I got my product. The other thing too is they just left my products on my doorstep. I was home, thankfully, but you know, they didn't knock. They didn't let me know that, oh, hey, yeah, this is on the door for you. They didn't have me sign for anything, which I guess that depends on the company shipping it. So, but yeah, that was kind of upsetting to me. Is like, wait a minute, I'm ordering over $100 worth of stuff here, and they're just going to leave it right on my door, not even knock. You know, with the Postal Service, the one time that I had to get a box back and they didn't leave it on my doorstep, I called the post office. They're like, oh yeah, it says delivered, but it's in our mail truck. Unfortunately, your regular mail carrier is out today, out sick. What you can do is, you can wait about, we have a fill-in, a substitute. Wait about 2 hours. They're a little bit later. Sorry, there's nothing we can really do about that. But if you're going to be home, our mail carrier will drop it off at your door and make sure that you get it. So the next day, mail carrier comes to my, drops off the mail at the regular communal mailboxes, and leaves the package on my doorstep. And I actually, like, I could hear them coming up the steps. They were getting ready to knock on the door. I opened my one door, my main heavy door to my house, and then the screen door is still there. I open up the screen door. She's like, hi, Mr. Creedon, this package is getting returned because the address didn't line up. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. She's like, no problem. Call us if you have any other concerns or questions, any other problems. I'm like, thank you. See, that's just good service. I mean, I don't know why other people just don't like the United States Postal Office. Maybe I got a really good one. Oh, this is where I kind of overshoot my turn. Oh, that could have been worse. But yeah, I don't see why people, maybe I'm just lucky and we got a decent postal service. The other thing is too, none of my products have ever been smashed. None of my boxes have ever really been tampered with. But yet I get one from FedEx, and it's the Hot Wheels Redline Club box, and that just looks terrible. Like, it was one of those foldable kind. So, like, you fold it over, almost like an envelope, you fold it over and tape it. And that had some damage to it. For my mom's work, what she does, you know, she had expensive contracts that needed to go out. FedEx actually lost these millions of dollars worth of contracts. And then they finally found them after my mom reprinted the contracts and sent them with with FedEx, and it was express. And then the person who got the contracts got a duplicate copy, but the first copy that she sent that was supposedly lost in the truck, the person said, yeah, we we got your contracts again, but they're pretty much destroyed. There's rips, tears, and there's even a shoe print on one of them. I mean, I don't get it. If the United States Postal Service, that is old as time, snail mail, older than Father Time himself, can do it, why can't these advanced companies who I'm paying more for a better service give me that better service that they quote-unquote promised? I mean, I understand, yeah, they do some weekend deliveries, but so does my post office. If you're receiving a package, yes, my post office will actually do weekend deliveries, which is cool. I mean, I don't know. I like the United States Post Office. I've got nothing but great work, great service, great benefits. They really have helped me out. Every RAOK that I've ever sent, every trade box that I've sent. I mean, I'm even working on one right now for a guy in the YouTube community. United States Postal Service, it's not like oh man, I gotta go to the post office. It's more of like, alright, well, I gotta go to the post office. I wonder who I'll get today. That kind of thing. I mean, there's FedEx in my area. I don't even know where the FedEx store is. Where I used to live, I know there was a FedEx Kinko's. I could send stuff through them, but they were a hassle to deal with. There was another third-party type deal where you could have them ship your stuff, and then my brother actually went through them. This was a while ago. I think I was still in middle school. He was sending computer parts through a third-party mailing service, and the stuff got there late. Now, if you're running a business through Instagram or YouTube or eBay, or if you're running an Amazon business, going through one of those services and your products go out late, that's really damaging to your reputation. It's one of the things on eBay, if you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar, but you can rank your seller's shipping speed, which, again, part of that could be on the fault of the person, part of that could be on the fault of the business owner, but the other part of that could be on the fault of the company they used, and that's why I feel that shipping speed is kind of unfair sometimes. Like, rating a person's shipping speed could be unfair. But, I don't know. You guys probably have comments about how horrible the Postal Service has been in your area. All I know is mine is pretty good. So, back to talking about this truck. This is where I finally realized, oh wait, it is a 6-speed. We need to actually go through all 6 gears. The 2 lows, the 2 1, and then the 2 second gears. Not try to pick up speed, but I really am having a heck of a time here. I mean, we're just coasting at this point. Now it seems to want to go. There you go. So I try to make some decent work out of this. But again, it's a hassle. Next time I'll read about the trucks I'm driving, their engine and transmission specs. Because also too, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but for some loads, Lady Blue, my 389/379. Oh, watch this. This is hilarious. And he gets stuck behind me. But my 389/379, sometimes the engine for that is actually way too overpowered, so in about 8th high, I'm still going all the way to the end of the rev limiter. And I figured out that, here comes that goofy weighing station. But what I figured out is that if I have if I do something with the differential, I think it's unlock it, I get more of a realistic speed. And also too, you guys, if you look at the bottom of your screens where you see where the rev limiter is, the RPM gauge here, you'll see that if you have it maxed out, you're really not, you're hurting your engine, you're not going anywhere. So I'll be quiet and let you guys observe this goofy weighing station. I also drove onto the scale poorly. Yeah, I drove onto the scale incorrectly. I'm sure you guys caught that, where it's like, oh wait, there's the scale, let's turn. One thing I'm noticing too, as I look up to the left-hand corner of my screen, is the color balance is all off. That is supposed to be a purple shirt. Why is it blue? The camera, and then my hands and everything looks lighter. "70 miles per hour is the speed limit." Yeah, I don't think we'll get anywhere near that. Oh, sorry for the gear grinding. I don't know, I just find it kind of, the engine sounds really cool. You can actually hear it go up. That's also how I do my shifting. I don't really look at the RPM gauge that much. I more or less go off the sound of the engine, which helped me when I was driving my buddy's real manual car. Now, of course, we never took it out of, we never went higher than second gear, but because we were just, I was cruising in a parking lot, so. Yeah, I'm just mesmerized by that engine sound. But, again, you see, we kind of got it up to speed, but we're never touching that 70 mile per hour limit. I'm also all over the place too. I'm trying to figure out, see, what I'm using for a gauge is if that dog in the dog hood ornament for the Mac, if that is in the center of the road, then I'm in the center of the road. I know I could also go off my left turn signal here, and it's an older truck, so it has a split windshield. If I could pretty much see over the right fender if I looked hard enough. But again, just little simple tricks I try to use to keep myself in mind. And it also varies from truck to truck. Some trucks, the cab over was probably the easiest to keep in the middle of the road because it's a cab over. You don't have fenders on the side. You don't have a massive engine hood in front of you. I might go back to the cab over. I don't know. I also want to go back to the freight shaker straight work truck because that thing, man, may not have had all the accoutrements and the clean dashboard, the nice brown dashboard and all that. But it was a truck, man. It really hauled it, did its job well. Gave me almost no issues. 18 speed, of course. We're going over into the other lane. Again, you guys can probably read, but doing about 60 miles per hour. You also think a couple of cars jump in front of me sooner or later. Yeah, we're in the middle of the road. And I'm not sure if you guys can kind of see it, but it's not really terribly steady. It's a little top heavy. So I'll try this. I believe I tried to slow it down and it turns a little bit. The right hand wheels go off the ground a little bit. I think that's this haul. I don't know. I do quite a few hauls because I really do enjoy this game. Even though it's kind of getting old. Oh, it's the bus. Yeah, there we go. See, I'd rather take out those poles than take out the bus full of people. And I don't understand how, this road has a speed limit of 70 miles per hour when you have a intersection like that. No turn signal because we're going straight. Yeah, an intersection like that, you probably should have a speed limit of 50 miles per hour. But that's just me. I mean, I don't write the rules of the road. I just try to abide by them. I also have to say, the brakes on this truck are really good. I really did have confidence that it wasn't going to hit that truck, but I thought I was going to scooch up a little bit tighter. So, and I didn't hear it till now in the post, but somebody honked at me because I guess I wasn't going fast enough for them. And for me, it really wasn't going through that light, knowing how people like to just look at the lights, not at traffic flow. I've been, I'm not pointing fingers. I've been guilty of that as well. So. Okay, I know you just saw me put the truck into gear. I'm getting ready because I know the light's going to start turning green. And we stall out. Over revving. I mean, it's really weird to get into another truck and start driving a truck that's completely different from your main vehicle. And then also in a place like this, an area such as this where you have traffic lights which feel like every mile down the road, it's really a pain in the butt to have a manual truck. With a simple automatic, or even a realistic automatic, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. So that's nice. I like when you can just coast in between the lights. That makes life a little bit easier. But then you got this light where you've got people stopped at, and this is to help the flow of traffic. I also realize that I do hit those brakes way too hard, but again, I've had so many close calls that for me it's worth it just to stop and then cruise up a little bit. I don't know, with this truck I love playing with the horns. The horns just sound so funny, they sound so stereotypical of a semi-truck. So there's that Jake brake. There's me over-revving the truck. Yeah, they'd probably revoke my CDL. The other thing, though, it's probably nice to just cruise in a small town like this if you're just cruising, if you don't have anywhere to go. But again, driving a manual truck through there, it's an exercise in frustration. You got to be patient. Highway time. So now I can just, again, probably put it, in this case, in second high and just hit the gas and cruise on down the road. Our destination's a good ways away, but hey, we'll get there sometime. I thank you guys for sitting this long watching through this video. I know it's kind of boring. It's not like the typical video you see from this channel. And, well, spring is here. It's already the when this comes out, I believe 28th of March. So we've had 8 days of spring so far. I can't complain. The weather's been okay here. I mean, we've gotten some rain and it still is very cold in the morning, but by the afternoon it gets to about 50, which is good. I mean, you can start spraying. It's a little cold. It's not like, my favorite season of the month, summer, where it's hot and, as soon as you lay your spray paint or your airbrush paint, it just instantly dries. I mean, I start feeling comfortable at about the mid 70s. Because I like wearing just t-shirts and jeans, like the typical boy. Also, too, in the cold, my hands, my arms, my legs, a lot of my body starts to hurt in the cold. And that's just because of how my skin is. Those of you who've seen me when I do like the kind of vlog style face view camera type work, those videos, you guys see how my skin looks. Speeding. Oh, that was bad. I didn't even know I was speeding, to tell you the truth. I'm trying to be as careful as possible here because I don't like what's going on. This is a bit of a detour. What I should have done was actually held the road for everyone. But, and then they're not honking at me, they're honking at everyone there. That guy had enough room to actually go out, in my opinion, to kind of like pull out. But I guess he saw me coming and he's like, nope. So what that is that's actually a police chase that ended. So, and I'm looking back to make sure I have enough room that I don't touch anything. Cars or the accident, the chase itself. So. Another small town. Now this one's okay. This small town's good enough for me. I mean, yeah, it probably would be a lot more interesting or a lot easier to just drive through with a car. Just to cruise through. Taking the sights, taking the beauty. But we're on a job, so it's no Sunday drive. I'm not even touching the white line of the crosswalk here, so. Again, trying to be as careful as possible. Again, not my usual truck, not used to it. Just got over the fact that it's a 6-speed. Gas. Oh, yeah, I've been having, so you guys probably know, I've probably said it before, I've been watching I've watched a few anime series about street racing in Japan. It's kind of what got me into the JDM cars, and then collecting the JDM cars too. I gotta thank a couple of channels. I'll do that in another video. But the funny thing is, a lot of the little music in those shows. Oh, this is pretty funny, and yeah, I realize that now. It's the same guy who I pulled next to. He was stopped behind the fire truck. Watch this. Not even no acknowledgement whatsoever. Not even glances over. I probably should have tried to hit the CB and see if he said anything. But. So no, what I was going to say before I brought up about that was some of the music that they play for like the introductions of these shows, especially Wagon Midnight's Lights and Any More, it would get stuck in my head. And of course, the song's sung in Japanese. I don't speak, read, understand any Japanese really. The only Japanese that I could understand from the show was the car names, because again, we adopted the car names. You know, the Skyline, the Supra. Although they say it different, they say Supra. But those are like the only things I recognize. But again, the songs would get stuck in my head, and I guess that's kind of the point of the music. It's so you'll remember that. I mean, even with Initial D, some of the music at the end and at the beginning would get stuck in my head. Now, the cool thing I liked about Initial D was certain episodes, if you stayed to the end, past the credits, they would give you a little recap at the end of the episode and tell you stuff to look out for next, which was really cool. And the other thing is, I think I started watching that at the perfect time because Hot Wheels had just released their Mazda RX-7, the FD, which is really cool. It's the 90s RX-7. So of course, me being the JDM collector and the anime watcher, I needed to buy a couple of those RX-7s to make the ones from the show. There's a black one and a yellow one. The yellow one's kind of like the main figure of the show. So, and just the coolness factor of some of the cars in that series. That and Wagon Midnight cars weren't as cool, like the main car, the Double Z. It's okay, but a lot of people over in the United States had them. We all have that. I mean, I'm sure every area is getting that Japanese craze, the Japanese car craze. So, shoot, back when I was young, I thought the lowrider craze was the thing. I still like my lowriders, though. Every so many customs, I have to do a lowrider. It's just something that stays on my mind. And also, at every car show in my area, you will see at least one lowrider. It won't be as tricked out or detailed with the nice paint jobs, murals and all that, but you'll see that people are working on lowriders. I guess it would be bad to play tag with this police car in front of us. Just a little tap on the rear end of the cop car. I know you guys are all probably thinking the same thing. Okay, so he doesn't have a U-Haul. It's N-Haul that went by. And then there's an actual Staples trailer that coasts by. Yeah, the game, again, different mods, I believe. At one time I had it where it was U-Haul worked, but for some reason I took it out. I'm not sure why. Almost there, guys. And I believe we're actually going to a Tesla dealership, if I remember correctly. Also, I don't know what the deal is with the semi-truck mirrors. Why they sometimes show up purple and why they sometimes show up pink. I know most of mine are clear. In previous episodes, there were issues with different ones where they would show up to be like black or just blacked out. So. Yeah, as I was just talking about mirrors, like these are clear. So now here's the rub of this. I need to get over into that turning lane, but I need to wait for all these cars to go forward. And this is me trying to encourage them to move. And I stall it. know most of you guys are probably saying, why didn't you just drive on the curb anyway? If you already curbed it. Well, that wasn't my intention. I get a red light ticket here. And there's our Tesla dealership on the right. Now I cut this a little too short. You guys will see in a second. It looks wide enough there, but nope. Yeah, we're pretty much on the fence. Literally on the fence. And we hit the fence. Hit another fence. Well, alright guys, I thank you for hanging out with me. I'll see you later. Be decent to each other.